Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn about the issue currently unfolding on CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful. In the most recent episode, a cascade of emotions and revelations has rocked the very foundation of the Forrester universe, leaving fans stunned and the characters facing life-altering decisions. The episode opens with a heart-wrenching scene where Carter and Ridge, two men whose bond was once unbreakable, embrace tightly and shed tears as they reminisce about the days when they supported each other unconditionally. Back then, Carter was not just an employee but a beloved member of the Forrester family, a trusted ally whose loyalty and dedication were never in doubt. However, as the narrative unfolds, it becomes clear that fate has drawn a sharp line between them, and now they stand on opposite sides of a deep and painful divide. Carter, who once basked in the warmth of familial acceptance, had betrayed the Forrester family in his pursuit of power. His hunger for control led him to make decisions that put ambition above loyalty, and his actions shattered the trust that had been the bedrock of his relationship with the Forresters. For a time, Carter reveled in the rush of power he had so desperately craved. Yet, as the thrill of that power began to wane, he found himself haunted by the memories of the unwavering support he once received from Ridge and the rest of the family. It was in one of these reflective moments that Carter made a fateful decision. He resolved to return Forrester Creations to Ridge, acknowledging that the company's legacy and honor belonged to the family that had once embraced him as one of their own. This decision, however, is far from being a simple act of redemption. Hope, who has been by Carter's side through every twist and turn of their shared ambition to build an empire, vehemently opposes the idea. Hope believes that Carter's sudden change of heart is nothing more than a momentary lapse. A fleeting impulse driven by guilt rather than a sincere commitment to the future they envisioned together. She is convinced that every ounce of effort they poured into seizing Forrester Creations, every strategic move made in the hope of transforming it into the largest fashion conglomerate in the world, is at risk of being undone. To her, Carter's plan to return the company is a betrayal of their joint vision and a dangerous step backward, one that could unravel all the progress they have fought so hard to achieve. Despite Hope's desperate pleas and the intensity of her objections, Carter stands firm. His decision to hand back the company to Ridge is rooted in the deep-seated belief that he owes a debt of gratitude to the Forrester family, a debt that, if left unsettled, would forever stain his soul. Even as he prepares to follow through on his plan, a twist of fate takes the narrative in an unexpected and explosive direction. While immersed in his thoughts, Carter inadvertently overhears a secret conversation between Daphne and Steffi. To his shock, he learns that Steffi has orchestrated an elaborate scheme. She sent Daphne into the very heart of Forrester Creations with the sole intention of seducing him. The objective behind this insidious plan was clear: to drive a wedge between Carter and Hope, to fracture their once unbreakable bond, and to sow the seeds of discord that could ultimately shatter the dreams they had built together. This revelation leaves Carter reeling with anger and betrayal. He had never imagined that Steffi, someone he once trusted implicitly, could stoop so low as to manipulate events behind the scenes for her own nefarious purposes. The weight of this treachery is almost too much to bear. The realization that his decisions and his very future were being manipulated by those he had once considered family ignites a fierce rage within him. In that explosive moment, Carter makes a dramatic and irrevocable choice. He will no longer return Forrester Creations to the Forrester family. Instead, he vows to seize complete control over the company. With steely resolve and an unyielding determination born from betrayal, Carter declares that the company now belongs solely to him, and that no one, regardless of their past closeness or shared history, will ever be able to take it away. Taking matters even further, Carter announces that he will use every ounce of his newfound authority to purge the toxic influences that have threatened his future. He orders the immediate dismissal of both Steffi and Daphne, leaving no room for their deceptive maneuvers. This bold move is not just about reclaiming power, It is a statement, a declaration that Carter is no longer willing to be manipulated or undermined. The betrayal has cut so deeply that he now sees these two as obstacles standing in the way of his destiny. In a stunning act of retribution, he proclaims that Forrester Creations is his alone, a fortress of his own making, where his vision will reign supreme and his authority will be absolute. But Carter's transformation is not limited solely to the realm of business. Amidst the swirling chaos of ambition and betrayal, a deeply personal element comes to the fore, his enduring love for hope. Determined to solidify this bond and to prove once and for all that nothing can sever the connection they share, Carter takes his defiance one step further. In a move that defies all expectations and stands as a challenge to his enemies, he decides to propose to Hope. His proposal is not merely a romantic gesture, it is an emphatic declaration of loyalty and an unbreakable commitment to the love that has been his guiding light throughout these turbulent times. With plans for an early wedding already underway, Carter is determined to show the world that his love for Hope is invincible, that even the machinations of betrayal and the allure of power are no match for the strength of their bond. This dramatic sequence of events marks a turning point in the saga of the bold and the beautiful. It is a tale of lost loyalties and the high cost of ambition, where friendships are tested, alliances are shattered, and every decision carries consequences that reverberate through the lives of all involved. The tearful embrace between Carter and Ridge in the opening moments of the episode serves as a poignant reminder of the days when unity and mutual support defined the Forrester family. Yet, as the story progresses, it becomes evident that the passage of time and the lure of power have driven a wedge between these once inseparable allies. Carter's betrayal, his hunger for control, and his ultimate decision to abandon the family that once embraced him all come crashing down when he is confronted with the reality of deception, a reality where even those closest to him are capable of betrayal. Hope's impassioned objections to Carter's decision to return Forrester Creations to Ridge are rooted in a vision of the future that they had painstakingly built together. For her, every setback, every sacrifice made in pursuit of their shared dream, is too precious to be discarded in a moment of impulsive guilt. Her heart aches at the thought of undoing all they have achieved, and she believes that Carter's current mindset is a temporary lapse, a misguided reaction to a situation that, with time, could be mended. But as the truth about Steffi's underhanded scheme is revealed, Hope's objections are rendered moot by the unyielding force of betrayal. The knowledge that Steffi deliberately set Daphne up to seduce Carter, all in an effort to drive a wedge between him and Hope, shakes the very foundations of their relationship. It is an act of treachery that forces Carter to re-evaluate everything he thought he knew about those around him, and it leaves him no choice but to seize the reins of power with an iron fist. Carter's decision to fire Steffi and Daphne is a defining moment in his journey, a moment when he rejects the past and embraces a future defined solely by his own vision. By casting them out, he sends a clear message: there will be no compromise, no sharing of power, and no quarter given to those who would betray him. His declaration that Forrester Creations is now his alone is not only a business move, it is a symbolic act of liberation from the chains of past loyalties and deceptions. It is a bold statement that, moving forward, his destiny will be shaped by his own choices and not by the manipulations of others. The atmosphere in the company shifts dramatically as loyal employees and longtime associates watch in disbelief as the balance of power is irrevocably altered. In parallel with this ruthless consolidation of power, Carter's personal life takes on an entirely new dimension. His decision to propose to Hope is laden with both passion and defiance. It is a promise that his love, tested by the fires of betrayal and the allure of ambition, will endure no matter what obstacles arise. The upcoming wedding is envisioned as a celebration of their unbreakable bond, a vivid counterpoint to the turmoil that has raged within Forrester Creations. By pledging his future to Hope, Carter intends to make it unequivocally clear that their love is the ultimate priority, one that cannot be undermined by external forces or internal strife. In his eyes, the wedding is not just a union of hearts, but a declaration to the world that their partnership is resilient, unassailable, and destined to triumph over every challenge. As these dramatic events unfold, the tension between personal loyalty and the thirst for power becomes the central theme of this explosive chapter in The Bold and the Beautiful. The deep, emotional history shared by Carter and Ridge, marked by moments of heartfelt camaraderie and mutual support, is now marred by the bitter taste of betrayal. Carter's internal conflict, torn between the warmth of past alliances and the cold ambition that once drove him to seize power, serves as a stark reminder of the fragile nature of trust. His ultimate decision to return the company to Ridge initially seemed like an act of penance, a way to honor the family that had once embraced him. Yet, with the revelation of Steffi's devious machinations, that decision is swiftly overturned, and Carter's resolve hardens into a declaration of absolute independence and authority. The fallout from these revelations sends shockwaves not only through the corridors of Forrester Creations, but also through the hearts of every character involved. The trust that once underpinned relationships is shattered, replaced by a simmering resentment and an unyielding determination to assert control. For Carter, the betrayal by those he once held dear becomes the catalyst for a radical transformation. His new course is defined by a fierce commitment to his own vision, a vision in which the power he has long sought is no longer a means to an end but the very essence of his identity. By expelling Steffi and Daphne and declaring that the company is his, Carter makes it clear that he is done with the deceptions and manipulations that have haunted him for far too long. At the same time, the announcement of his engagement to Hope injects a note of defiant romance into the narrative. In a world where alliances shift like sand and loyalties are constantly tested, Carter's decision to propose to Hope stands as a beacon of certainty amid the chaos. It is his way of proving that no matter how treacherous the path may become, the love he shares with Hope is unbreakable, a force that will guide him through even the darkest of times. The prospect of their wedding is portrayed not as a fleeting moment of passion, but as the culmination of a long, arduous journey marked by sacrifice, betrayal, and ultimately, redemption. It is a bold proclamation that, despite the pain and upheaval, the connection between Carter and Hope is one that no external force can ever sever. This monumental episode encapsulates the essence of The Bold and the Beautiful itself, a story where ambition, love, and betrayal collide in a spectacular display of human emotion and power. The once solid bonds of loyalty that defined the Forrester family are put to the ultimate test, and in the process, new alliances are forged even as old ones are irrevocably broken. Carter's evolution from a trusted family member to a man consumed by the desire for control, and finally to one who reclaims his personal destiny, is a journey marked by profound transformation and the relentless pursuit of self-determination. As we reflect on these tumultuous events, it becomes clear that the road ahead for Carter, Hope, and everyone connected to Forrester Creations is fraught with uncertainty. The decisions made in this pivotal moment will have far-reaching consequences, both for the company and for the intricate web of relationships that define this storied legacy. Carter's declaration that no one can take his company away from him, coupled with his heartfelt proposal to Hope, signals the start of a new era, one in which the forces of love and power are locked in a perpetual struggle for supremacy. In the end, this chapter serves as a vivid reminder that in the world of the bold and the beautiful, even the most deeply ingrained bonds can be tested by ambition and betrayal. Yet, amid the chaos and heartache, there remains the enduring hope that love will prevail over all obstacles. Carter's determination to secure his place at the top of Forrester Creations and to protect the love he shares with Hope is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a spirit that refuses to be broken, no matter how fierce the winds of change may blow. Next, we're diving into a whirlwind of emotions, betrayals, and shocking revelations that will shake the lives of your favorite bold and beautiful characters to their very core. Just when it seems like long-standing feuds are finally reaching a resolution, the past comes back with a vengeance, setting the stage for heartbreak, rage, and possibly even irreversible destruction. Get ready for a week filled with tense confrontations, unexpected alliances, and a truth bomb so explosive it could tear apart multiple relationships. Let's break it all down. A bond repaired, but destined for disaster. After years of bitter resentment, painful accusations, and decades-old wounds that never truly healed, it seems likely Finnegan and her sister, Penelope "Poppy" Nozawa, are finally on the path to reconciliation. For as long as they can remember, the Nozawa sisters have been at odds, with Lee treating Poppy with disdain and suspicion. Lee was convinced that Poppy had an affair with her husband, Jack Finnegan, and that Luna was his daughter. But now, everything has changed. Lee has just discovered she was wrong. Jack was never involved, and she had misjudged her sister all along. Now, in a heartfelt moment of self-reflection and humility, Lee is ready to make amends. Decades of hostility have taken their toll, and for the first time in years, she's willing to admit that she made a mistake. Poppy, always yearning for her sister's acceptance, welcomes this truce with open arms, believing that they can finally put the past behind them. This long overdue moment of peace feels like a fresh start, a second chance for two sisters who have spent far too long on opposite sides. But in the world of the bold and the beautiful, peace never lasts long. A devastating truth is lurking just beneath the surface, one that will obliterate this newfound sisterly love before it even has the chance to fully bloom. Finn's dark secret is a ticking time bomb. While Lee and Poppy are on the verge of healing, there's another secret that, when revealed, will bring nothing but devastation. That secret lies with John Finn Finnegan, who has been struggling under the weight of an unimaginable revelation, one that threatens to destroy his marriage, his sense of self, and his entire family. The shocking truth? Finn is not just Luna's cousin, he's her biological father. Decades ago, as a naive 18-year-old, he had a brief encounter with his Aunt Poppy, a fact that remained buried until recently. Luna, the woman responsible for locking Steffi in a cage and attempting to kill her, isn't just a distant relative, she's Finn's daughter. The revelation has left Finn reeling, and while he knows he must tell Steffi, he can't seem to find the courage to do so. He's already tried, twice, in fact, but both times, fear got the best of him. Standing in his way is none other than Poppy herself. Desperate to keep the truth hidden, she has been pressuring Finn to stay silent, warning him that revealing this secret will not only ruin his marriage, but also demolish everything he's worked so hard to build. And for a time, Finn listens. He hesitates. He convinces himself that maybe, just maybe, Steffi doesn't need to know. But deep down, he understands that secrets never stay buried for long, especially not in this town. By Friday, Finn finally decides that enough is enough. He can't keep running from the truth, and no amount of pressure from Poppy will change what's right. The moment of reckoning has arrived, and whether he's ready or not, the fallout is coming. Steffi's focus divided, but will she see the warning signs? Steffi Forrester has been fiercely focused on one thing lately, regaining control of Forrester Creations. Since Hope Logan and Carter Walton orchestrated their hostile takeover, Steffi has been on the warpath, strategizing with her allies, including her Parisian confidant, Daphne, to take back what she believes rightfully belongs to her family. But despite her laser focus on reclaiming her company, Steffi isn't blind. She knows something is deeply wrong with Finn. He's distant, preoccupied, and clearly battling an internal war he refuses to talk about. At first, she chalks it up to stress, perhaps lingering frustration over the never-ending Logan Forrester feud. But the deeper she digs, the more she realizes that this isn't about work at all. There's something Finn isn't telling her. And when the truth finally comes out, it won't just be a minor revelation, it will be something that could change their marriage forever. The moment everything falls apart. When the truth does come out, it will be a revelation unlike any other. The weight of this secret is too much to bear, and once it's exposed, it will trigger a chain reaction that no one can stop. Steffi, a woman who has fought through betrayals, near-death experiences, and the return of exes, has never faced something like this. The idea that her husband, the man she trusts above all others, has been hiding something this massive will leave her shattered. Finn's confession won't just be a betrayal, it will be a bomb detonating in the heart of their marriage. And Steffi won't be the only one to suffer. Just as Lee and Poppy finally begin to mend their broken relationship, this revelation will destroy them all over again. Lee, who was just beginning to forgive her sister, will be faced with an even more horrifying truth: she was right all along, just about the wrong details. Her protective instincts, the ones she had been ashamed of, were justified. But now, knowing that what happened between Poppy and Finn wasn't an affair with Jack, but something even worse, it will send her over the edge. Lee's fury will be unrelenting. This isn't just about deception, it's about something far darker. The betrayal will cut so deep that there may be no coming back from it. Poppy, who had hoped for redemption, may find herself running for cover, as her sister's wrath reaches levels we've never seen before. And as for Finn? He may have made the right choice by telling the truth, but it's a truth that could cost him everything.